By now, most of us have seen the pictures of Jordan Salinas. That's the guy that I just showed you the picture of. I want to do a video talking about what he did wrong. He and an off-duty officer are the guys that thwarted that attack up in Twin Falls, Idaho. A couple lunatics try to kill a bunch of people who are having lunch. I've been to Twin Falls, beautiful town. It's named for the waterfalls. This guy has had some stuff in his life happen that caused him to start training with firearms. He and his girl are gonna go ride their horses. They're gonna stop, get a burger, and gunfire breaks out. What's he do? He gets out of his car and runs to the sound of the guns, as my buddy Jack Carr likes to say in his books. He runs to the trouble. He runs to violence. Something in him says, I gotta do a thing. I have to try to help people. Dude's a freaking hero. What I'm gonna tell you he did wrong was getting caught on camera, because what he did was subject himself to the ludicrous scrutiny of the American people, that rather than just take it for what it is, they poke and prod and say, yeah, good job, but you should have done this and you should have done that. Apparently he didn't put any actual hits on two men with rifles shooting him 35-ish yards away. People are saying we're going to do a new drill where we just miss at 35 yards, or would have been great if he had hit, blah, blah, blah. Some people are even commenting on his choice of firearms. I see people commenting that he needs a red dot. It's sad to me that in this place, in this space, a guy can risk his life for strangers, leaving the love of his life in a vehicle to run into literal rifle fire to try to affect change. And instead of just taking it for what it is and saying, well done, neighbor, well done, fellow citizen, well done, brother, well done, friend, well done trying to help strangers not die in an action where two people did lose their life, instead we find ways to poke him. And yes, there are plenty of people that are just calling it what it is, a heroic action by a great dude. I don't know him, but I got to thinking about it this morning. I'm having some coffee. Ignis Lux Coffee, of course, shameless plug. And I'm thinking about this great experiment of liberty, right? This great experiment of liberty. Our founders called it an experiment, not like a sign the paper and a done deal. An experiment because it required the people that live here, the citizens, the members of this republic, it required us to experiment. At Carry Trainer years ago, I adopted this phrase that we use on some logos. It's facta non-verba, facta non-verba. It stands for deeds, not words. Like, show me, don't tell me. My friend, training partner, jiu-jitsu coach, Dan Hart, at his gym, Hart Jiu-Jitsu, has a sign on the wall that says, no one cares, work harder. Dissimilar, but similar in the sense of shut up and do something, right? Don't talk about it, be about it, as my buddy Paul Sharp likes to say. My friend Z likes to say, should is shit, meaning shoulda, coulda, woulda doesn't mean a thing. Deeds, not words. This experiment of liberty was an experiment because it required people to try. It's not just for heroic acts. You make a baby, you need to stop chasing your dreams and goals for a while and be a daddy or a mommy. Deeds, not words. Doesn't mean you give everything up, but you do the right thing. You fail at your job, you try harder the next day. The experiment isn't being perfect. It's understanding that we're imperfect. You miss the target, sights back on the target. You fail and don't go to the gym, you get off your ass the next day, you go to the gym. This idea of being able to comfortably sit at home and poke at a guy that quite literally chose to put his life on the mother effing line in every way, shape, and form for strangers, and then say that he didn't do it right, is beyond disturbing. It's actually mentally ill. I know most of you will hear this and you'll be like, I don't feel that way. I agree, the guy did a great job. The takeaway here is this: live in a manner that you do think about the people around you. You make choices that create a better whole. Who are these 20-something-year-old dirtbags, human trash that are willing to murder strangers for their cause. They're mad at the world. Who raised them? Who are the adults around them? No, those people didn't make those kids do that. They're not kids or young men. But who is looking at and seeing what they're doing? Who's not bridging the gap of mental health care, getting these kids locked up, maybe, if they need it, if they're in some type of a state that they shouldn't be out in public. We need to be responsible for our own actions, period. But we also need to be able to recognize something for what it is, call it good, and go on. Looking at some of these comments today kind of breaks my heart in a sense of, what are we doing as individuals? I look at that and I say right there, good, bad, right, or wrong. That's an example of what America's all about. Somebody willing to risk everything for the greater good of people that they may not even know. That's what our founders did. That's what this dude did. Be well, don't be dickheads. Tell somebody you love them. Think about what it is you inject into the world. Facta, non-verba, deeds, not words.